Hi guys. A little different, right? I am coming in the evening. It has just been, has anybody else been having like a little bit of a rough February? I really thought, oh, February is going to be so cool. It's going to be so fun. And it's been a little bit of a struggle so far. Like, I know it's all good for us, right? Like, all these things that happen are good for us. But I'm going to be honest, it's been a little iffy for me. Um, so I want to start. Well, let me introduce myself just in case anybody doesn't know me. I'm Crystal Sale. I am the Happy Life Doctor. Um, and I just want to start with tell me something that has gone well this week so far. So, one thing that you're excited about, or something that happened that was really cool or really good. Um, Let me know in the comments. I'd love to see that. For me, I'm trying to think. It's been rough. But I think sometimes these things, these rough months, it's positive because it shows me clearly how much I want to get somewhere else, right? And it drives me to do better in these other areas of my life. So that's my positive thing for tonight. So, if you saw the headline, you've been hacked, right? So, let's get into it. Now, typically, that's not really something that you're going to want to hear. But let me tell you why it's a good thing. So, basically, biohacking. So if you've heard of biohacking, let me know in the comments. I want to know. I've heard it. But I think it's a pretty new concept, maybe not a new concept, but like a new word that's coming out. And so not many people know about biohacking specifically. So that's what I wanted to talk about today because there's so many things that we can do to really just get an edge on our body, really make use of our body in just a really um, cool way. Hack. It's like hacking our body, right? And so that's what I want to talk about. Um, so I've got five, just five, not 10, five. Five things, 5 ways to hack your body for optimum health, okay? So let's get into it. The first one is cryotherapy. So I know everybody's heard of this. This was like pretty popular a few years ago. You get into like those big cryotherapy chambers, like sub-zero temperatures, and basically freezes the bejeebies out of you, right? So what does that help? Well, that is essentially hacking your circulatory system, okay? And so what it's doing is when you subject your body to these extremely cold temperatures, your blood is, your body's trying to survive, and so a lot of your blood goes into your main body part, your main trunk area, and keep you as warm as possible, because this is where it matters, right? Like, you can live without your limbs, but you can't live without your heart, you can't live without your lungs. So we're trying to protect all of these areas and stay warm as warm as possible, right? And so as it's doing this, it's your body is filtering out all the toxins. So then when you step out of the cold, you're warming up and your blood is flushed out into the rest of your body, and you're getting this clean oxygenated blood. And this constricting and releasing of your blood vessels really helps to pump this nutrient rich blood throughout your body. So it's helping to strengthen your heart and strengthen your entire cardiovascular system, right? So it's really, really good stuff. Well, basically, studies have shown that cryotherapy has good benefits with like increased blood circulation, obviously, because that's what it's doing, right? And then it also helps with your lymphatic flow, which is your toxins, right? It's detoxifying your body. It reduces inflammation, and it also actually decreases. I put increases. That's so wrong. Decreases your recovery times post surgery or exercise. So after a workout, if you go into these chambers, you have all those like little like strains, right? Those micro tears in the muscles as they're getting bigger, and it just helps reduce those recovery times. Um, and studies have shown that it also increases your metabolism. It can increase your production of collagen and reduces fine lines and wrinkles. So this is why people do like the facials with like the cold therapy. So there's you go. One hack does amazing things. So that's one. Two, red light therapy. Okay. So this is basically exposing your body to a red light. So it's within a certain wavelength, 600 to 900 nanometers. And this is hacking your nervous system essentially. And some metabolic pathways as well. And I've done this in with my patients, right? So I've been using a cold laser. We call it cold laser because it's not hot, it doesn't cut, but it just uses light to stimulate healing. And so when what happens is when this light is your skin is exposed to this light, the mitochondria in your cells, right? Mitochondria, they're like the powerhouses. They absorb these photons, which stimulate the production in them of ATP. Um, that's your energy, right? And so this is why like we get increased healing in the area. We get in the tissue, the blood vessels, and in all of that area, it will stimulate healing. So I think it's becoming more popular in like I'm not sure in like gyms and stuff like that, if maybe like some of the higher end gyms have stuff, um, or spas maybe. But I've seen it most. It's also kind of like low level laser or cold laser, just like specific areas in like chiropractic offices and things like that. Um, but it also helps to boost collagen production and it evens skin tone, reduces joint pain. Um, you can put it on your brain and help with cognitive function. Um, and it's also a natural melatonin helps with melatonin production so you can have better sleep. So I mean, and I just want to say like, as a preemptive, like, obviously, if you have issues or conditions or anything like that, you should certainly contact your physician and talk to them about whether this is something you could be doing or not. There's always contraindications to everything. And so that's something you should look into before going to do that. So, but these are just some ideas for you to look into, right? So, cryotherapy and red light therapy, really good hacks to take charge of your body. Third one, nutrigenomics. Okay, so this is just a really big word for the study of the relationship between nutrition and gene expression. This is really cool because we can use food to change which the pathways in our body to turn genes on and off, right? Like, how cool wouldn't you want to just be able to take something and like turn off, I don't know, like an Alzheimer's gene or something like that? Now, not saying that specifically you can do that, but theoretically, right? Um, so this is hacking your gene expression. So basically, what that really is different compounds in foods. They can activate specific pathways in the body. And so, depending on the function of that pathway, specific gene sequences can be turned either on or off, depending, right? And it can produce a desired effect in your body. So if you know the food that triggers the gene, you can kind of go from there, right? So, for example, there's a pathway that's called the Nerf 2 pathway that when you turn it on with supplementation, the body starts to make its own antioxidants. So it becomes massively more effective than if you are just taking like blueberries every day. It's completely different. There's another pathway. It's called the Nerf One pathway, and when that one's activated, you can increase your mitochondria production. More mitochondria, more energy. So there's some really cool things, and basically it's like saying, hey, my genes are no longer gonna deteriorate as quickly, right, or something like that. And so you get this anti-aging effect, um, which is extremely important for anybody who wants to live healthy, right? So if you need more information, that's a lot, you can feel free to message, put let's see, put genes, Genes. Put genes in the comments, and I'll get back to you on that. Um, 4, intermittent fasting. Now, this doesn't seem like a hack, right? But it totally is. So it's basically where you're fasting for a period of time and then you eat for a shorter period of time. So this is hacking your metabolism, obviously. And so when you're eating, your body is using these calories, right? It's using those calories for energy to function. And so most of us, we're eating maybe 3 meals a day. Some people are, we're snacking. There's snacks in between those meals. And so our body just has a constant source of fuel. And so we're just using all of that fuel that we're eating. Well, if you're fasting, the body is like, "Hey, we're running out of food." And so it switches to start burning fat. So this is why intermittent fasting has become so popular, right? Because we want to burn our fat. We don't want to just let it sit there and accumulate. Um, so it is a big motivator for weight loss. But also, studies are showing that intermittent fasting helps improve heart rate, blood pressure, memory, and there's a reduction in tissue damage after surgery, post surgery, when you do intermittent fasting, which I thought was pretty interesting. So, fifth and final hack is functional music. Okay, so this was an interesting one, I thought. Um, so basically, it's listening to specific or music that's specifically designed to produce a desired outcome, right? So, like sleep music, that's a pretty popular one, and we don't necessarily think of that as a hack per se, but there's music specifically designed to help you sleep, and so this is hacking your brain. And so they use like a specific um, beats and like tones, and they synchronize it so that they create it so that it syncs your brain into a specific wave, like a specific wavelength, specific frequency, um, so that you kind of get into this like meditative state. And there are 5 frequency patterns that our brain functions off of. So delta, let me see. I wrote my notes here. So delta is when for sleep. So they'll make music in like a delta frequency pattern to get the brain to kind of sync up and get you to sleep faster and deeper and better, right? But there's also music that helps you concentrate. So um it'll put you in more of like a beta frequency pattern, which you, with listening to the music, you can get like a crap ton of work done and really like focus. I thought that was so cool. And so it also, I mean, there's so much music, there's so many different things it can do. It can reduce stress, anxiety, helps concentration, helps motivation, sleep, all that kind of stuff. And so I found a website where you can go to check that out. Let me know if you want that link. You can put music in the comments, and I will get you that link. Um, but really, really cool stuff, right? There's so many things. There's so many different things that we can do to hack our bodies to get it to work for us, rather than us. It's just like going through motions and things like that. We can get it to do what we want it to do. Um, and I thought that was pretty cool. So that is biohacking, and that is why you want to actually be hacked. So I hope that was helpful. Our bodies are just so cool, right? So um, that's all I have today. I hope that was interesting. If you guys have questions or you want to know any more, let me know. And I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you next time. So live stronger for longer with purpose and passion. Bye, guys.